reading my story, Chasing Rainbows. Chapter 8, Revelation. Manhattan, New York City, May 1907. As Gerald finished packing his suitcase on a warm morning in early May, he could scarcely contain his elation. He had been planning this trip for months. On his previous visit to his family, his emotions had still been raw. Much as he yearned to spend precious time with his young son, his mind was still frozen in reflections of the past. He recalled the bittersweet memories he kept locked away in his heart. 9-year-old Albert had been overjoyed to see his father at long last. Gerald had taken the lad sea fishing off the coast of Exeter, and young Albert had been so proud to stroll along by his father's side. He had caught his first mackerel that day, and Gerald had praised him no end. Father and son had returned to the farm with an abundance of mackerel and bream, some of which Sarah had cooked for their tea. The surplus had been distributed to local families Patrick knew could do with a good turn, and that was how it was in their village. Neighbours offered their support gladly. Within a week, Gerald had returned to New York and his job as steward aboard a steamship bound for San Francisco. He truly enjoyed his job, and if the truth be told, he felt a sense of relief, despite the guilt that clouded his mind. He had tried so hard to put the pain of the past behind him, yet he could find no easy way to cast aside his sorrow. When Rosalind had died, it was as if a part of his soul went with her, and for this there was no cure. Yet with time, his desire to see his parents and son overwhelmed him. In his selfishness, he had stayed away for far too long. Now he felt ready to return to the shores of home and the warm welcome he was assured of. It was time to put what had gone before behind him. Time he reached out to embrace the future. So it was with a brave heart that Gerald bade farewell to the ghosts of the past as he stepped aboard the steamship bound for Plymouth. Jess had been grateful for the forthcoming catering job at the Manor House. She knew the extra money would be useful. Louisa had recently celebrated her 4th birthday, and Jess had made her a pink pinafore dress edged with lace. She had invited 3 little girls Louisa knew from nursery school to attend her tea party. The weather had proved quite mild for the middle of February, and the girls had played outside in the garden before tea. Now, as she finished washing up the pots from lunchtime, Jess hung up her apron on the hook beside the draining board. Louisa kicked her neatly laced little boots against the wooden table leg. "Come now, Louisa, stop that," Jess exclaimed, annoyed by her daughter's petulant behaviour. She knelt down beside the child, catching hold of her dainty hand. "I need you to help me with a wedding party at the Manor House. Do you think you can be a good girl and do as Mama says?" Jess tried to humour the child, yet could not help but be amused by the impish expression upon her daughter's small features. At the mention of a party, Louisa's face had lit up. Louisa nodded and impulsively wound her arms about her mother's neck. "Will there be music, Mama, so I can dance and sing?" Her sapphire blue eyes shone with excitement. Jess chuckled. "Oh, well, we shall see. Come now, let's go, or we'll be late." It was a miracle she had kept herself tidy, Jess thought, as they made their way outside. She could hear the rumble of wheels in the distance. She smiled. That would be Sarah, driven by Albert in the trap. When they drew up, they all exchanged greetings, and after lifting Louisa up into Sarah's arms, Jess climbed aboard. Albert flicked the reins gently against the old mare's flank, and they set off. Sarah was clearly in high spirits as she turned towards Jess. "Oh, Jess, I'm that excited! I just received a letter from my son in America. He's on his way home for a visit," she enthused, her face radiant. "Oh, I'm so pleased for you both. You were only a lad when you saw him last, eh, Albert?" Jess recalled his explanation of his father's visit. Albert nodded. "Oh, I was about 9 years old. He took me fishing off the coast at Exmouth. Remember, Grandma?" He grinned. Sarah chuckled. "Ha, ha, 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 ha! As if I could ever forget, lad. Never saw such a good catch. We ate well that night, and so did a few others hereabouts, as I recall." "You must be so delighted." Jess squeezed Sarah's hand. "Oh, I am, my dear," she replied in good humour as they approached the driveway of the stately manor house. Jess was rushed off her feet for the next couple of hours, what with helping with the table decorations, setting out various cold meats, preparing dainty bridge rolls, plus ensuring cutlery, glasses and porcelain tea service were all neatly in order. Sarah helped with setting out the dainty cakes and pastries on bone china cake stands. Even little Louisa was kept occupied by cook as she set out miniature iced biscuits in various silver dishes. Her small face flushed with pleasure when Flora, the cook, gave her a hug. She offered the child an iced cake. "I think you deserve a reward, my beauty," she praised her warmly. "Thank you, Flora," murmured Louisa shyly as she accepted the cake. She could hardly wait to tell her mother how clever she had been. Mamma was bound to be pleased, she thought, as she sat at the huge kitchen table, daintily biting into the cake. There seemed to be an endless stream of maids, all dressed smartly in black, with white frilly aprons and caps, dashing to and fro with great haste. Louisa was somewhat bemused by all the activity. She wondered if there would be music and dancing. Oh, she did hope so. She just loved to dance at nursery school. Jess hurried into the kitchen, attempting to smooth out her ruffled hair. With all the rushing around, it had become disarranged. "I believe the first guests are arriving," she announced, which caused a flutter of excited whispers as the maids put the finishing touches to the trifles and fine Swiss chocolates, arranging them in elegant crystal bowls. Flora, the cook, was about to remove a tray of sausage rolls from the oven. Jess helped to arrange them onto fine porcelain plates, which were decorated with sprigs of freshly cut parsley. Just then Mrs. Price Newton came into the kitchen, looking rather flustered. "Jess, would you take some trays of champagne through to the dining room, my dear?" Jess was rather surprised she had been called upon to perform this task, but with a quick curtsy, "Of course I will, madam," she had replied, and promptly hurried off in the direction of the dining room, which by this time was rapidly overflowing with guests. There were stifled giggles and sounds of excited female chatter as the elegant young ladies eyed the illegible young gentlemen as they strolled into the room. The French windows were flung wide open, and a few of the guests had wandered out into the garden. It was a beautiful spring afternoon, quite warm for early May. Jess busied herself offering glasses of sparkling champagne to the guests. She was just about to collect some empty glasses from a nearby table when she saw him. She almost dropped the ornate silver tray. It was Joseph. He had just entered the room, and his arm encircled the waist of a most elegantly dressed young female, who gazed upon him with adoration in her